Okay, folks, listen, this video is not really so much about Elvis, but I have to show this in order to lay the foundation for what I'm going to show about Trump, okay? Elvis is the real 666 guy, okay? He is the chosen one. He is the beast. Like I said, right now I'm just laying the foundation for what I'm going to show. So, Elvis, he already has the EL in his name. EL means God. And anytime you have the EL in a name, you separate it from the rest of the letters. That way it'll tell you something about the name. Okay, and check this out. So EL is God, and then you have VIS. Now, the VI in Roman numerals equals 6. 6 equals VI. So if you have more than one 6, it'll be an S, right? Sixes. L666. You know what I mean? Or it could be, like I said, it could be a 66 or 666 or more than, 6666. But anyway, the point is LVI means 6. Sixes, get it? And in Roman numerals, to write 666, you write these letters. DCLXVI. So let's write these letters into the gematria calculator. DCLXVI. And I've shown this information before in my older videos on my channels that were terminated. But like I said, I'm laying the groundwork. So DCLXVI equals 7429 8834. And let me show you a couple things that this equals. It equals this particular word, which I don't want to mention. Okay? It starts with JEWIS and then H. I just spelled the whole thing for you. Anyway, that's one of the things that DCLXVI equals, the 666. And the exact same letters, but backwards, is Vernon, and that's Elvis's dad. See, DCLXVI was 7429 8834, but just in the opposite places, but same numbers. And Vernon equals the same as poison. You see? And I just told you it's the same numbers as DCLXVI, but backwards. DCLXVI, which equals 666, equals the same numbers as Vernon and poison, but backwards. And from Washington's birthday, which they celebrate on February 22nd, 1732, all the way to Elvis's birthday, up to his date of his birth date, January 8, 1935, look at that. It's 74088. There's your DCLXVI number. I told you Elvis is the 666. You understand? Because Washington is known as the father of our country. Do you get it? And from the Washington to Elvis's birthday, it has the 666 number, 7488. Do you understand? DCLXVI is 666 in Roman numerals, and it equals 7488. You understand? And remember, Trump is his devil twin, and Trump is born on June 14th, okay? And that's not the year he's born, but his date of his birth is June 14th. So from Washington's death date of 12/14, because he died on 12/14, to Trump's birthday, June 14th, just the dates, not the years, it's if you go forward 7,488 days, it lands on Trump's birthday. Do you understand? From Washington's death to Trump's birthday, 7488. Which I told you is connected to the 666 number in Roman numerals, DCLXVI, 7488. Now look at this. I switched it and put June 14th on the top from Trump's birthday to December 14th, which is Washington's birthday. It comes out to 7488 again. Okay? So from Trump's birthday to Washington's death date, it's 7488. And then from Washington's death date to June 14th was 7488. So basically, it's the middle ground. Do you understand? It's like resurrecting. You understand? So from June 14th, which is Trump's birthday, to Washington's death, okay, there's the death. And then from the death to June 14th, when he was born, Trump, it's the same number. So he did a circle. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now watch as I destroy this matrix. Okay, look, Elvis equals 6722, 6832 backwards. Let's start with the 6832 first, the backwards number for Elvis, 6832. Watch this. Now listen carefully, okay? So remember, Washington had two birthdays. His original birthday was February 11th, 1731, but after the calendar change, it went to February 22nd, 1732, his birth date. Okay, the day, Anyway, so from his original birth date, February 11th, 1731, George Washington, to this date right here, May 29th, 1917, it's 68032, which is Elvis's backwards number. The name Elvis equals 6832. So who is this May 29th, 1917? Who was born on this day? Let's see. So that person is John F. Kennedy. He was born on May 29th, 1917. The guy who got the head wound. Do you understand? Now watch as I connect the big one right now. Watch this. So remember, I just connected JFK to Elvis's name backwards, 6832. Right? It was George Washington's original birthday, February 11th, 1731 to May 29th, 1917, which is JFK's birthday, was 68032. And JFK was the guy who got his head wound. And Elvis backwards equals 6832. Now let's do Elvis's forward number, 6722. Who could possibly this connect to? Okay, listen carefully because it's going to be a little bit confusing, but it will all come together once you listen. So from Washington's death date, remember the last one I showed was Washington's birthday connecting to JFK. So now I'm showing you Washington's death date of December 14th, 1799. Going forward 67,022 days, because that's the 6722 number. It lands on June 14th, 1983. I'm going to explain the year in a minute, but let's find out who was born on June 14th. It's Donald Trump. Okay, I understand. It's the year is 1946, his birthday, and the other one that I just showed you was 1983, but you'll understand why. First of all, June 14th, that's Trump's birthday, right? So I'm connecting Washington's death to Trump's birthday right here, which is 67022, right? And Elvis equals 6722 forward. And remember, it was backwards 6832. And I connected it to JFK's birthday, who got the head wound. And I'm telling you, Trump is going to get his head wound also, right? So just ask yourself, what is the chances that those two numbers connect to Elvis and to connect to the guy who got the head wound and to Trump who's going to get his head wound? Okay, now I'm going to explain to you why it landed on 1983. Because 1983 is the only year in the 1900s that equals 216. And why is that important? Because August 4th, Barack Obama's birthday, Because August 4th, Obama's birthday, is the 216th day of the year. And August 4th is the day that I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. Okay? And how many days remain in the year? 149 days. So remember, August 4th is the 216th day of the year, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. And there's 149 days remaining. So let's see what the 149th day of the year is. The 149th day of the year is May 29th. You see, it leaves 216 days, which is August 4th. May 29th is the 149th day of the year, which is John F. Kennedy's birthday, the guy who got the head wound. So May 29th is the backwards date of August 4th. And August 4th is the day I'm telling you that Trump gets his head wound, which is also Obama's birthday. Do you see how I'm connecting everything for you? These are impossible coincidences. So this information is so incredible, I got to repeat it really quick, okay? So Elvis equals 6722, 6832. And the backwards 6832, I connected it to Washington's original birthday to JFK's birthday, okay? It was 68032. How many days in between? And then Elvis forward is 6722, which I connected it to Washington's death date, his exact day he's born. Exact day he died, December 14th, 1799 to June 14th, which is Trump's birthday, but not the year, okay? But it lands on Trump's birthday. And remember, I'm telling you, he's going to get the head wound. And the other number, which I just showed you a minute ago, was connected to JFK, who really got the head wound, okay? And it's 6722. So this connects to Elvis's front numbers, 67022, okay? And remember, why did it have to land on 1983? Because in 1983 is the only year out of the whole 1900s, okay? You can go through it yourself. You will see that I'm 100% right because I checked it. 1983 is the only number that adds up to 216 at the top right here, which is the most important number, okay? And remember, Elvis Aaron Presley's full name equals 216. And I told you Obama's birthday, the day Trump gets his head wound, is on August 4th, which is the 216th day of the year. Okay, and 1983 equaled 216. Okay? And that's the day I'm telling you he's going to get his head wound. And backwards, the backwards of August 4th would be the 149th day, because that's how many days remain in the year. And the 149th day of the year, and I told you May 29th is the backwards of August 4th. The 149th day of the year is May 29th. 216 days remain. The 216th day of the year is August 4th, the day I'm telling you Trump gets his head wound. And May 29th is JFK's birthday, the guy who really got a head wound, if you know what I'm saying, okay? And I'm telling you, Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th. And August 4th's backwards date is May 29th. And watch as I add something new to this that I forgot to mention. So remember, from Washington's death date, the day he died in 1799, to June 14th, which is Trump's birthday, it was the forwards of Elvis, 67022. And 1983 is the only date, the only year that has the number 216. And the 216th day is August 4th, which I'm telling you Trump's going to get his head wound on. And I'm telling you that it's going to happen next year, 2022. And look at this. It's got the backwards of 2022's numbers, the 222, in the months even. You see that? I mean, this thing is loaded. And look at this, 6 months in one day. 6-1 is Trump's 614 is actually 6-1 on the Julian calendar, because we're on the Gregorian calendar. All right, but anyway, June 14th is actually 6-1. And 6-1 is Morgan Freeman's birthday, and they always say that he plays God, he always plays the president, and that's why. Because Trump's birthday, 614, is 6-1 on the Julian calendar. But anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make is everything connects to JFK, Elvis, and Trump. Oh, and let me show you one last thing about 1983. And in 1983, Donald Trump turned 37. And why is that important, the 37? And if you've been watching my videos, you would know what it means. 73 or 37 looks like the letters EL. Okay, if you were to turn them upside down. And EL means God. That's why Elvis. You understand? Well, anyway, now you know why 1983, like I said, is the only year that equals 216. And that's the year he turned 37, the EL number, the L. Oh, wow, I found two more quick things I'm going to show you. So remember, I connected Elvis's backwards number 6832 to 68032 to JFK, and 67022 to Donald Trump. Okay? Now, watch as I connect JFK to this first number now. Watch this. So interestingly enough, if you were to start from the first of the year, January 1st, up to JFK's birthday, May 29th, 1917, it's 6722. You see that? Do you get what I'm showing? It's from the first of the month, the first of the year, to May 29th, JFK's birthday is 6722, which is the Elvis number. So I'm sure there's just another coincidence. So from the start of the year, January 1st, to the exact date Trump is born, June 14th, 1946, if you go forward 529 days, it lands right on Trump's birthday. 529. May 29th, 529 is JFK's birthday. Folks, I could go on and on. I have so much that I have to leave out with the connections between JFK and Trump and Elvis. Look, folks, I know my predictions are going to come true because I told you it's led by the Holy Spirit. Now listen, I got to repeat this because people always mess this up. So I have two predictions. The first prediction is Elvis somehow manifests, not the real Elvis, just his image or his profile. Something connects to Elvis in Seattle. There's going to be a catastrophic event on June 11th, 6/11, which is the upside down 9/11, because Seattle's the next 9/11, and Elvis has a part in this monstrous charade. All right, that's June 11th, Elvis, Seattle. And then the second prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday, most likely in Ohio. Okay? And he survives his head wound, and most likely he comes back on 8/8. And the 88 is the Back to the Future connection, and Trump equals 88, And he's the Lazarus figure, because he comes back after 4 days. 8/4 is the head wound, 8/8 he returns. And Elvis is playing the part of the Phoenix, okay? They're kind of both playing the resurrections. Elvis and Trump are the devil twins. End of video.